আমারে মিউট করে দাও। আমারে মিউট করুন। আমারে মিউট করুন।
Hello everyone, good afternoon and good morning. So we are starting our this session
হ্যাঁ?
on Youth-led Rural Hub,
মিউট করো।
and
আনমিউট।
we are glad that all of our speakers are here and they're connected. Uh, Before starting the session, I just want to remind you a couple of things so that our internet connectivity can work better. First of all, I will request you to unmute yourself once you are not talking. And the second one is there is an option in the screen. This is where is written HD that you can uh, click and you can go down for the low definition one so that your internet connectivity will work better. Other than that, I think there could be some disruption related to internet because we are connecting people from different countries, including Bangladesh, Pakistan, Oxford, Netherlands, Ethiopia, and other countries. So it is not always in our control, but we will try to give our best so that we can do it in a good way. Um, about the session, let me introduce myself first. I am Iftekhar, working for Oxfam in Bangladesh as a head of economic inclusion and justice. And for this session, the topic that we are trying to discuss today is youth-led rural hub. So the hub word is very common. Cooperative models are very common in a country like developing country like Bangladesh. But you can see there are two buzzing words are added with the hub word, and that one is youth-led and another one is rural. So we are actually targeting the youths at the rural point, and we are trying to know how the collective power can be used for business development, for entrepreneurship development, for developing culture from where people can get support. So this is the topic where Mr. Deepak Chandranath will share a presentation with us. Mr. Deepak Chandranath is a project coordinator of UIW project that is Empower Youth for Work project, and I will request Mr. Deepak Chandranath to share the screen first, and meanwhile I will try to introduce the other speakers at the time so we can manage the best possible way. Once I will request Mr. Deepak Chandra to start his presentation. So Mr. Deepak Chandra will present the slides with us, and he has a very first-hand experience about this rural model hub, and he implemented it. So that's why we felt that he will have better insights, and he will going to share that. Other than the presenter, we have with us today the special as a special guest Bipa Firdausi BT. BT is a change enabler. He is also a member of Rural Hub, Youth-led Rural Hub. So we will try to hear her experience from her point of view. And I also can see Mr. Mahbub Anam has also already joined. He is the managing director of Laltil Company. Many of you know that Laltil Seed Limited is a very reputed agriculture input company in Bangladesh, and they are working with our rural hub point. They have already announced a dealership for one of our rural hub points. We are very glad to welcome Mr. Parvez Tamal. He is the chairman of a bank. It is called NRBC Bank. It is a fourth generation in bank. And Mr. Parvez Tamal is a passionate banker, and he has a great vision to include the unbanked person uh, as a through a formal financial channel. And very dynamic, Mr. Bijon Islam. He is the co-founder and CEO at Light Castle Partner Limited. Light Castle is an organization who has a great experience working with the ecosystem of entrepreneurship programming. So he is a very relevant stakeholder. So we are very glad that all of the speakers are very related with today's discussion. And without any further delay, I will request Mr. Deepak Chandranath to share his presentation. And maybe after that, we will go to Bipa Ferdowsi Bithi to hear about her views just after seeing a video. So over to Mr. Deepak Chandranath. Deepak.
Ashwar bhai, can you show the slide?
Yeah, we can see your slide. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, welcome to UIW team members and all audience. Now I am presenting a rural hub model and sustainability. Uh, the rural hub model has developed by the youth initiative. At first stage to develop rural hub, UIW project generate idea and knowledge. Through the learning visit dictionary model, existing rural hub in Bangladesh and applied emotive learning in the hub. In this process, we have formed our rural hub. Now, why and what is rural hub? In our country context, there is no youth-centric platform. Youth formed rural hub to strengthening economic opportunities for rural youth. It's a youth-centric platform. The rural hub are uh, place and information and business center, a place of skill training, business and access to information, youth-led business, create service-oriented business platform, create employment and entrepreneurship opportunities, link with private sector and value chain for business, access to government and NGO service, link with bank and MFI for access to finance. Uh, Supported from UIW project, the Rural Hub developed a total 7 number of Eurocentric business platform in Bangladesh. In our 4 district, Barisal 2, Rangpur 3, Khulna 1, and Rajshahi 1. Rural Hub provide different type of service like as IT service, market linkage, health and nutrition service, and social service. Now you can see the what type of social service provided by the Rural Hub. Decoration service, blood donation activities, COVID-19 vaccine registration, ambulance service, develop shop entrepreneur, develop provide tailoring training. From this decoration service, they uh, have provide service and income, chair, table, plate, glass. They are rental, blood donation, identify the blood donor, COVID-19 awareness and for vaccination, ambulance service contact the community people, uh, shop entrepreneur address COVID-19 health and hygiene issue, provide soft skill training, continuity of skill training. All these service, they have some of provide service and some of type of they earn some income. Now, Rural Hub provide IT service, though it is common, but in our rural context, it is very interesting to the rural youth. Internet browsing, university admission, online application, exam result print, electricity bill payment, and soft skill training. Internet browsing, they have created email account and job information, public and private university admission and form fill up, online application, CB and CB job application, exam result and information. Community people easily to pay their electricity bill. Youth have online received training from the rural hub. From this IT service, they have service. On the other hand, they have also income. Health and nutrition service. Uh, Youth have provide health and nutrition service like as counseling, BP measurement, primary health care, diabetes checkup, medical camp, and eye camp. They have only some of cases they have only service, provide service, and some of cases they have service, and the other hand they have some income. Rural hub also linkage market linkage like as poultry, mushroom, and RD food business, organic fertilizer, vegetable, dressmaking, uh, seed business, and beautification. Poultry business, lot of rural youth, they have mm, lot of they have training from the UIW project, entrepreneurship training, and they are linked with the sub-district market, linked with the value chain with the RD Food Limited and organic fertilizer. In our rural context, a lot of youth, they have producer youth, they uh, produce vermicompost, and they link with the wider market. Also, vegetables link with the national market, dressmaking. Yeah, through this project, a lot of youth received skill training like on tailoring and dressmaking. Rural hub also link with the buyer, local buyer, uh, seed business. Rural hub also MU with Laltir and Malek Seed Limited. Uh, they have get opportunity without having any security money. They access to dealer beautification, homeland delivery service. From this market linkage, they have create wider market, get youth have get fair price, rural youth income also increased. Yeah, youth producer got uh, branding seat, call and hire service, and also youth business promotion. And youth producer group easily sell their producer uh, produce. Now we see the rural hub sustainability. Number one, youth cooperative business. Yeah, youth investment, long-term agreement of half, trade license, legal entity, registered youth organization, separate operation plan, selective youth entrepreneur, market-led business plan, risk and mitigation plan. Now we see the way forward. Partnership with the private sector, youth rural hub can develop
Okay, so I can see there is a network problem from Deepak's end. but he has also joined. So Deepakda, are you at the end of your presentation? Deepakda, can you hear me?
Shoaib bhai,
So are you at the end of your presentation? Okay, I can see there is a network issue. Maybe what we can do is we can just go to the video option here. So I will request to start the video, and maybe at a later point we will come to the presentation part.
অক্সফাম ও এর সহযোগী বাস্তবায়নকারী সংস্থাসমূহের দ্বারা সম্মিলিতভাবে বাস্তবায়িত এম্পাওয়ার ইয়ুথ ফর ওয়ার্ক প্রকল্পের মূল লক্ষ্য হল জলবায়ু পরিবর্তন দ্বারা আক্রান্ত গ্রামীণ এলাকার তরুণ ও তরুণীদের আর্থিক ও সামাজিক ক্ষমতায়নের উন্নয়ন। এম্পাওয়ার ইয়ুথ ফর ওয়ার্ক প্রকল্পের অভিনব সংযোজন ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব। স্বপ্নবান যুব নারী ও পুরুষের জীবন পাল্টে দেওয়ার মঞ্চ এই ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব। অক্সফামের অর্থায়নে এম্পাওয়ার ইয়ুথ ফর ওয়ার্ক প্রকল্পটি বাস্তবায়িত হচ্ছে বাংলাদেশের 4টি জেলার 4টি উপজেলায়: বরিশাল জেলার বাকেরগঞ্জ উপজেলায়, খুলনা জেলার বটিয়াখাটা উপজেলায়, রাজশাহী জেলার পুঠিয়া উপজেলায় ও রংপুর জেলার মিঠাপুকুর উপজেলায়। প্রকল্পের উল্লেখিত এই কর্ম এলাকাগুলোতে এ পর্যন্ত গড়ে উঠেছে মোট 8টি ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব। এর বরিশালে 2টি, রংপুরে 3টি, খুলনায় 2টি ও রাজশাহীতে 1টি।
এখানে উদ্যোক্তাদেরকে আমরা কানেক্ট করি, কিভাবে উদ্যোক্তা তৈরি হবে এবং উদ্যোক্তারা এখানে সহসায় কিভাবে ইনভেস্ট করবে।
নারীরা বাইরে গেলে নষ্ট হয়ে যাবে বা খারাপ হয়ে যাবে এরকম কিছু না। আমরা যদি ইনকাম করি এই সমাজের জন্য আমাদের অনেক বড় একটা ডেভেলপ নিয়ে আসতে পারবো।
প্রতিটি ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব থেকে যুব উদ্যোক্তাদের মাধ্যমে আইটি সেবা, টেলারিং সেবা, চিকিৎসা সেবা, কৃষি সেবা, ডেকোরেটর সেবা, শিক্ষা সেবা সহ বিভিন্ন সামাজিক কার্যক্রম পরিচালিত হচ্ছে। ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব কেবল একটি প্ল্যাটফর্ম নয়, গ্রামীণ তরুণ নারী ও পুরুষের স্বপ্ন সফলতার ঠিকানা। প্রতিটি রুরাল হাব থেকে যুব উদ্যোক্তারা শুধু ব্যবসা পরিচালনার মাধ্যমে আইটি, স্বাস্থ্য, শিক্ষা সহ বিভিন্ন সেবাই দেন না, পাশাপাশি নতুন নতুন উদ্যোক্তাকে তথ্য ও পরামর্শ দিয়ে থাকেন, অর্থ সহযোগিতার ব্যবস্থা করেন।
প্রত্যন্ত অঞ্চলে হাবটা খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। হাবটা হচ্ছে আমাদের একটা উদ্যোক্তার একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম। হাবের মধ্য দিয়ে বেকারত্ব নিরসন হচ্ছে।
আমি সফট স্কিল ট্রেনিং নেই, আবার আমি সফট স্কিল ট্রেইনার হিসেবে কাজ করছি। 140 জনের মতো নারীকে আমি কাজ শেখাই।
এখানে আমি হাবে বসি, ইনকাম করি। এই ইনকাম থেকে এখন আমি স্বাবলম্বী।
উদ্যোক্তা উন্নয়ন ও ব্যবসা পরিচালনার মাধ্যমে অর্থনৈতিক সক্ষমতা অর্জন ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাবের অন্যতম প্রধান লক্ষ্য হলেও রুরাল হাবগুলো শুধুমাত্র ব্যবসা কেন্দ্র নয়। রুরাল হাবের মাধ্যমে যুবরা বিভিন্ন স্বেচ্ছাসেবামূলক সামাজিক কার্যক্রম পরিচালনা করে থাকেন, যেমন রক্তদান কর্মসূচি, ফ্রি মেডিকেল ক্যাম্প, বৃক্ষরোপণ, বাল্যবিবাহ প্রতিরোধ ও নারীর প্রতি সহিংসতা প্রতিরোধে জনসচেতনতা বৃদ্ধিকল্পে বিভিন্ন ক্যাম্পেইন ইত্যাদি।
বিশেষ করে রানীপুকুরে প্রায় 350+ আমরা উদ্যোক্তা ট্রেনিং প্রদান করেছি, যার মধ্যে বর্তমানে প্রায় 215 জন উদ্যোক্তা তৈরি হয়েছে।
প্রত্যন্ত এলাকায়, আমাদের আশেপাশে অন্যান্য এলাকায় অনেকেই আছে স্বামী পরিত্যক্তা। তারা যেন আমাদের এই হাবটাতে এসে তারা সেই সেবাগুলো নিতে পারে, ডেভেলপটা তাদের জীবনে করে নিয়ে আসতে পারে। আমার প্রত্যাশা হচ্ছে এটাই।
ইয়ুথ রুরাল হাব প্রান্তিক পর্যায়ে যুবদের জীবনমান উন্নয়নে এবং বেকারত্ব, অস্থিতিশীলতা ও সহিংসতা বন্ধে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভূমিকা রাখছে। ফলে বদলে গেছে সুবিধা বঞ্চিত ওই প্রান্তিক জনগোষ্ঠীর জীবনচিত্র, গড়ে উঠেছে টেকসই মানসম্মত আর্থসামাজিক প্রেক্ষাপট।
Thank you. So Deepakda, we will come later to you, but at this moment, I want to go to Bipa Ferdowsi Bithi. She has a.
now I hand
she's
over
a member.
to Iftikhar bhai.
Yeah, thank you, Deepakda. So I will now request Bipapa to share her first hand experience as an member of the rural hub. So we want to know from her like how it's impacted to her life. Over to Bipapa.
Okay, hi, I am Bipa Ferdowsi Bithi. I am a representative of Bangladesh and also a member
Papa,
of
just
Youth
sorry for
Hub
the
Center.
interruption. To the all speakers and all the audience, I just want to clarify one thing that Papa will share her speech in Bangla. And I know many of you know the Bangla, but still for the other audience, I will try to convey her message in English. Thank you, Papa. You can
Thank
continue
you.
your share. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I am Bipa Ferdowsi Bithi. I am a representative of Bangladesh and also a member of Youth Hub Center. সো আমি কিভাবে এই হাবের সাথে সংযুক্ত হলাম সেটা যদি একটু বর্ণনা করি, তো অ্যাট ফার্স্ট আমি 3 দিন ব্যাপী যে সফট স্কিল ট্রেনিং বা জীবন দক্ষতামূলক প্রশিক্ষণ হয় সেটা আমি নেই আমার এলাকা বেজে, এবং ওখানে যে অধিবেশনগুলো আছে টোটাল 11টা, সেই অধিবেশনগুলো আমার এতটা ভালো লাগে যে পরবর্তীতে আমি ডিসাইড করি যে যে কোনোভাবে হোক আমি এই RDRS বাংলাদেশের UIW প্রজেক্টের সঙ্গে এই কার্যক্রমের সাথে সংযুক্ত হব। তো এই মোটিভেটেড কাজে লাগিয়েই আমি সফট স্কিল ট্রেনার যিনি ছিল তার ফোন নাম্বার কানেক্ট করি এবং তার সঙ্গে রেগুলার কানেকশন রাখি, এবং তার মাধ্যমেই আমাদের UIW প্রজেক্টের যে PF আছে প্রজেক্ট ফ্যাসিলিটর, তার নাম্বারটা কালেক্ট করি। সেখান থেকেই তার সঙ্গে নিয়মিত কমিউনিকেশনের মাধ্যমে আমি তার সাথে কমিউনিকেশন করি যে আপা যে কোনোভাবে যদি আমাকে একটু এখানে অ্যাডজাস্ট করা যায় কিনা। সো এইভাবেই কথা বলার মাধ্যমে এক পর্যায়ে আমি ওয়ার্ড ফোরামের সদস্য হিসেবে সংযুক্ত হই। দেন ওখান থেকে আমি সদস্যদের সর্বসম্মতিক্রমে অ্যাপেক্স বোর্ডের সদস্য হিসেবে নির্বাচিত হই, এবং এই অ্যাপেক্স বোর্ডে নির্বাচিত হওয়ার পর ওখানে আমরা 2 মাস পর পর একটা করে মিটিং করতাম, এবং সেই মিটিংয়ে আমাদের একটা ডিসিশন হয় যে আমরা বেকার বসে না থেকে বা শুধুমাত্র এখানে মিটিংয়ে না করে কিছু একটা করা উচিত, আমাদের পড়াশোনার পাশাপাশি হোক বা যারা আমরা বেকার আছি তাদের বেকারত্বের আসার জন্য আমাদের কিছু একটা করা দরকার। তো এই প্ল্যানের আওতায় আমরা পরবর্তীতে সেভিংস করার একটা ডিসিশন নিই, এবং এক পর্যায়ে যখন আমাদের সেভিংসটা অনেক দূর এগিয়ে যায়, দেন আমরা একটা ডিসিশন নেই যে আমাদের একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম দরকার, যেখানে আমরা নির্দ্বিধায় যে কোনো মতামত সকলের মতামত শুনতে পারি এবং সেই মতামতটাকে কাজে লাগিয়ে আমরা সামনে এগিয়ে যেতে পারি। সো এই মোটিভ কাজে লাগিয়ে আমরা পরবর্তীতে একটা আমাদের যেহেতু স্বল্প বয়সে সেভিংস ছিল, সেই সেভিংস কাজে লাগিয়েই আমরা একটা ঘর ভাড়া করি। দেন ওখান থেকে আমাদের স্টার্ট, এবং বর্তমানে আমাদের যে হাব সেন্টারটা এটাই। আর এখানে যদি আমরা কার্যক্রম বলি যে হচ্ছে আমরা
I think we are again facing internet issue from Bipapa's end. But the way she was telling this story was very inspiring. At first point, she was being invited for the training session. It was only a 3 days training program where there was 11 modules. But you can understand a urge of an entrepreneur. So she herself managed the contract information from the trainer, and then she tried to connect to the project facilitators, and then she tried to involve her with the working forum. I think Bipapa is back. Bipapa, you can continue.
ওকে ভাইয়া, ওকে। সো আমাদের বর্তমান কার্যক্রম দেখি, আচ্ছা, বর্তমানে আমাদের যে কার্যক্রমগুলো সেগুলো আমি সহ আমাদের যারা যুব উদ্যোক্তা আছি তাদের জীবনে অনেকটাই কার্যক্রম ভূমিকা পালন করছে, যার কারণে আমরা এখন অনেকটাই স্বাবলম্বী, এবং ইনশাল্লাহ ভবিষ্যতে আমরা আরো অনেককেই এখানে সংযুক্ত করতে পারবো। এবং আমাদের এই সফলতা দেখে আমাদের আশেপাশে যারা তরুণ তরুণী আছে তারাও আমাদের এই হাবের সাথে সংযুক্ত হওয়ার আগ্রহ দেখাচ্ছে, এবং আমরা এই হাবের মাধ্যমে সকল যুবদের, বিশেষ করে নারীদের সম্পৃক্ত করব, যাতে করে যুবরা, বিশেষ করে নারীরা সামাজিক কার্যক্রম যেগুলো আছে সেখানে অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারে এবং প্রত্যেকেই সেলফ ডিপেন্ডেন্ট হতে পারে। এটা আমাদের মূল টার্গেট, এবং আমরা সেই লক্ষ্যেই কাজ করব ইনশাল্লাহ। থ্যাংক ইউ সবাইকে আমাকে সুযোগ দেওয়ার জন্য।
Thank you, Bipapa. Thank you very much. It is very inspiring. At one point, I was asking Bipapa with an individual discussion, like, what was your main achievement from the project activities, and she was saying that the confidence that I have received from the journey of UIW project, it is my asset now. So she was saying that after getting in touch with the project facilitator, she tried to manage herself, engage for the work forum. Then she showed her commitment, and she was been selected for the apex body. For the further information, those who don't know, there are 200 youth groups at ward level, and there are around 20 youth uh, apex body at union level, and there is a district level apex network where DPAPA and other youths are working. You can see this is a very natural process of going. We try to nursing them, but we actually don't give them a proper incubation support from our end. We tried different model, but we tried to follow the context. We tried to follow the urge of the people at the point where they're working. So it was a very context specific journey, I should say. And now the other youths who are seeing the best practices, they are feeling encouraged, and they are trying to connect them with the youth hub practices. It is not a fully matured a platform, but I should say it's a promising platform where different connectivity can be increased for developing the whole ecosystem. Thank you very much, Deepapa. So at this point, I know many of the other speakers have the other priorities. I just want to go to Mr. Tamal, Parvez Tamal, who is the chairman of NRBC Bank. Uh, with my personal discussion with him, he was saying to me that he has a great idea, he has a vision to work with the people who are at rural point. And we are talking about today about a rural youth hub. While I was discussing with the people at Rural Hub, they're saying for different reasons they are not getting access to finance support from the financial sources. I'm sure the other people also know the reasons. For example, access is limitation. For example, documentation processing is a limitation. For example, collateral is sometimes is a challenge. For example, the interest dependent product sometimes is a challenge for them. So their business always does not support with direct interest rate. So at this stage, um, I know you have a good vision. So I just you want to see the rural hub in future. What capacity we can develop for them further? How you actually can think for such groups who are trying to organize and trying to show more uh, paths to move forward, uh, how the connectivity can be developed, how the ecosystem could be more strengthened for them. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Mr. Parvez Tamal.
Thank you. Thank you to all. Thank you to the organizer and the forum. And it's a great honor for me to talk here in this forum. Really, I'm honored that I have this opportunity to talk here, to share my views. Actually, interesting is that I have very little experience and knowledge about the Bangladesh, because all know that last 3.5 years I am working here. Before that, my area was North Europe, Russia, Finland, Sweden, this type of country. So I have few views and try to, depending on those experience which I have and my knowledge, with the different people, because in my life, in that type of knowledge, I made more than 8,000 working place. So I have some views in that how to, that my background is IT, and I work in different areas. From the distributing of IT, manufacturing, software, in securities and gaming, making lot of games, which is with the UL team, those actually, the IT is mainly dependent on the youth people, and I have this type of experience from 1997 to make to work with them, and in those areas, but that what is the mainly change of those time and this time. Actually, what is the difference? Even in rural area of Bangladesh, I have now last 2-3 years, I have visited a lot of places in rural area, especially rural area. Every weekend, when it was not Corona period, I went to the rural area to understand the Bangladesh and understand on my own eyes what to do. Actually, always this is the main thing which gave me the satisfaction to make the workplace. And that the new workplace is always there always generates a new chance, new life, new hope. So this is my thinking, and I myself can tell that in rural areas and even in Dhaka city, I have some background of IT, so try to make the new working place. And in this way, what I can say that what is the difference in our generation with this generation, that is knowledge and source of knowledge. And what is the power of youth? We already know, because independence of Bangladesh, a lot of contribution is from youth people. You know that youth people, youth students generate, and they have the main force of our independence, and we know all the history of Bangladesh. So we know that the contribution of young people, youth generation, what can they do? They can give a independence, they can give a hope, they can make a nation. And you all know the leader of the country, our Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He was the youth leader, and he started his journey and this kind of ideology. And if we go through his life, how he has done his life, and he would never give up. And now what is the difference between our generation and this generation? That is the knowledge. And even in rural area, they have that type of opportunity and connectivity. Even maybe not so enough like North Europe, but they have the opportunity of internet and they have the source of knowledge. So what should do and what we should do from our side, who can help them to make some changes or help them to give some guideline from what we can do from the regulators, from the government, and from the private initiative, like even from Oxford, like who are also working in this ground. So I know that we have the very energetic youth generation where we work in my bank. We are trying to do in Rangpur area and Rajshahi area. We have already generated more than thousands new workplace. And we understood that the main thing of these two areas, 16 districts, is problem to make new entrepreneur, to give the main problem of the rural areas, that the migration of people from young people from rural area towards the city. So our main work is that people should not migrate and they have to earn same type of money, and we should come with the products to there is the difference, and I find the challenges that we are not as a bank, from the regulatory bank can show the product. So we go with the partnership of the NGO, the SKS Foundation. They have the very good, they have the very good knowledge and they have the very good experience, more than 25 years experience in those areas. And we go with them. We went with them and trying to, because one of the main problem to make the new entrepreneur, that is the knowledge how to make a business, how to earn, and where to investment, and easy investment, because all the problems of the equity problem or the bank always count the risk factor, and those kind of things, and also the regulatory also coming very good way, that that in Bangladesh and cottage micro and small business no need to make the like they don't need mortgage or something. So government also give a very good support in this area. So to make entrepreneur or to change their life in their way, in their place, you have to go to their place. Still now, you have to go to their place and share your ideas and to show the opportunity what you have, what he has. So we are trying to do this, and still we are starting this project from last year. The problem is the Corona is not giving a lot of, Corona is taking a lot of opportunity, because we are in, we are in problem in connectivity, communication. Still that the communication, that another problem is that using of IT. My background is IT, even you can do it from the home, but you have to go to there to understand, to give them that type of support by IT is not enough today. So I have understand that we need a place where we have to give them information like education, skill support, and those things. And we are already organizing with SKS Foundation to give them those type of training, to show them like experiences, like in some areas like Shagata or some Sundarganj or something, that what we have done, because we have already 3,600 projects where we are financed, and that is the main opportunity. And we have planned to invest this year 1,000, almost, if it is like $110 million, and next year we are planning to make it to $300 million. So that type of thing, obviously, I understood that where is the strength? Youth has the more capability to think different, and youth has more capability to think wide. If somebody has the ambition and vision to find a way to success, and for me, the main thing is way to success in the life of entrepreneurship, to make the new workplace. So when you and we are trying to do that. For me, that is the satisfaction to create a new job place, and I want to make those type of things. That the slogan of this year, to create 100,000 new workplace. This is the slogan of NRDC Bank in 2021. We just create this type of target, and this is thinking different. So I'm in that way. I'm thinking that there is a good opportunity and very good hope there, because we have enough knowledge and enough capacity in our youth generation, even in rural area, because of the connectivity. Even today we have, so they have the access to the knowledge. And now what to do, that we have to give them some support from our side, like Oxfam, which is doing Oxfam, and other sources. Even government should come to this in this point to support, to give them, show them those way. Maybe some skills, some training, some practice, and one of the thing I don't see here, which is in North Europe, that is library area. there is really in Bangladesh, there is no those type of thing. There is, that from where I came, my experiences, that all the rural areas, they have library, and in the library, they can take the book or some knowledge, they can gather there, they can make like a group discussion on those things. I see those things. And when I meet the young people, like young IT people and those things, I go to the library and make a gather, make a some kind of seminar from there. This type of thing is not in Bangladesh, but I think that Oxfam, which is doing in some project area, maybe this type of thing, if we do more, like I am doing in Shahgara, in Gaibanda, and now we are opening in Bhaluka, near of in Manishi. So actually, this type of project, if we come with the, here is youth ministry, they have a lot of thing, and if we can work with the government, with their policy, with the real guideline, real paths, how to think wide, how to think different, to make an entrepreneur, to give those type of confidence to the youth. We just see the experience of from Mithapukur, and also just next month we will also opening in Mithapukur. We are already in Pirgonj and other area. So this type of confidence, we have to give them support to build up the confidence, and we just give them support to show them the way of investing, how to get the investment. And these two type of support, I know the strength of the youth, how
sorry for the interruption.
So I am finishing, and this is a thing that what my experience, I really again very honored to give me the chance to talk with you. And next time we will make the other discussion. Please invite us, and thank you again to Oxfam to give me the chance, and thank you all who are here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parvez Tamal. It's a very inspiring statement from your side. And as you're saying, that youth really can be a change agent for the country, for the economy, for whom we need to think positively, and more blended approach will be required. So not only one specific path will be, not only one specific straight way is enough. The other ways will be important. So at this moment, I want to go to Mr. Mahbub Anam. I know Mr. Mahbub is in USA now, and it is very early morning from his side. But thanks that you managed to join here. So my question to you will be like, as a private sector, how we can support our youths. You have already showed some examples, for example, offering the dealership to the youth hub. That is one pattern, definitely. But there are some other private sectors as well, through which we can increase the connectivity, and we can use the power of the youth, and the collective power can be used for a positive change. So what will be your suggestion, Mr. Anam?
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, whoever joining from Bangladesh, and I think is if anyone joining from Holland, is Netherlands, is also good morning to them. First of all, thank you very much for including me in the panel. I think is one line is very simple, that youth force is automatically a force. We don't need to say that youth force. Youth drives the nation, youth drives the country, youth drives the society. So help or without help, a youth can succeed. And there are thousands of examples globally that how youth change the society. In case of Bangladesh, definitely Bangladesh as recognized as one of the emerging economy in the world today. And if I try to differentiate, that is how Bangladesh became an emerging power economically, then we have a ready-made garment sector and we have the foreign earnings by our manpower sector. Besides that, the major contribution of this economic revolution is contributed by the agriculture. So I am from the agriculture, so I probably will be little bit, I mean, in favor of agriculture. I want more youth people, more entrepreneurs, especially the women entrepreneurs, youth women entrepreneurs. They come in the agriculture business, agriculture sector, agriculture empowerment. We have worked with through this Oxfam and RDRS. We have in the rural hub project. We have worked in Rangpur area, I think, and we tried to develop some new dealership through the young entrepreneurs who will collect the seed, will sell the seed, because we always believe that is instead of traditional seed selling, and now the Laltir believes that is the product must go to the farmer's doorstep. And with our traditional system in Bangladesh, you understand that we open the shop at 10 o'clock, we close the shop at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night. The farmers are coming to the shop, buying their seed, good or bad, they go and they cultivate, they produce the product. But the difference is that if we can really develop some entrepreneurs, some young entrepreneurs, energetic entrepreneurs, who will not only sell the seed, but also sell the service. I mean, they sell the seed, they also go to the field to see how the seed performed. Then the loyalty of the farmer towards that young man or woman or anyone is much more than the traditional selling. So we try to teach those things, or we try to counsel our seed sellers that go and try to help the farmers. That give extra mileage for the entrepreneurs. I would like to give one or two examples here that to be a seed seller in Bangladesh, if you go through the regulatory system, then you need to have some experience. Then you go to the Agriculture Extension Office, they will have to certify you. Then you go to the Bangladesh Seed Association. Then you go to the Ministry of Agriculture, Director of Seed Wing, for a license or a dealership permission. Laltir always say that is, if we find the young entrepreneurs, then Laltir provides that service. Laltir says that is, you give this job to us, we will make sure that your dealership is insured, because for the dealership, an entrepreneur needs some kind of chairman's certificate, his character certificate, his financial strength, and all this thing. But for us, we many places we try to encourage them to come in the business. So we take all this hassle, and we fill up their forms. We take their papers, we submit it to the ministry, and we collect the certificate and we give them the certificate. So that probably helps the entrepreneurs. Besides the seed selling, I think in agriculture, the young force or the youth entrepreneurs can come in, because nowadays agriculture is a very profitable sector. I give you an example. If you take 1 acre of land on one third of a hectare of land, and if you cultivate the, say, like papayas, we are seeing almost every day in the newspaper there is the young person who was the manpower laborer in the Middle East, somehow lost the job because of COVID, came back to the country and looking for a job. But we all know that in Bangladesh, due to our population, due to our structure, due to our uh, system, job is not easy to find. And if the entrepreneur or the young man, if they go for, even they don't have the land, but if they lease the land for a year, we have calculated that by leasing the land, by spending the money on irrigation, fertilizer, and other land preparation, if they cultivate the papayas or tomatoes or mixed crops like uh, tomatoes and some leafy vegetables, then chili, year round, they, from 1 acre of land or one-third of a hectare of a land, the earning could be about uh, 2,000 to $2,500. I'm talking about the profit earning. So that is a, I mean, I'm not saying it's a very handsome money, but is a reasonable amount for a young entrepreneur to have his own footing. And if they keep on doing this, slowly they can come up with a real entrepreneur. I just will give you one story. One of the person in North Bengal, in the area of Thakurgaon, his name is Sadekul. When he has a piece of land, but his father expired. He was kind of a young married man with one daughter. Unfortunately, the daughter was also a little handicapped. She got some problem in one of the leg, and
Mr. Anam, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
If you can
Finish in 1 minute.
Yeah, then it will be helpful for us because we already take too much time from our.
Okay. So I mean, in 5 years' time, this Sadekul, who had nothing, now in 5 years' time he has a color television at home. He took his daughter for the treatment to India. So that is one of the thing, that how a young man can change his life and the society surrounding him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anam, for your suggestion. I'm sure the more youth hubs will be interested to work with Laltir as a dealer after getting the learning from one specific experience in Rangpur. We have some other 20 youth hubs, and they will learn from the current practice. So now I will go to Mr. Bijon Islam. He has a very good experience to work for entrepreneurship related programming. So Bijon Bhai, over to you. I just want to know about the rural hub model. A comments from you, like how you see that. It is a very natural process we followed. We don't incubated it, but what could be the next steps we could follow to make it more successful? And what will be the next steps that you want to suggest?
Sure. Thank you, Tiger, for having me, and Oxfam for inviting me to this session as well. Given a demographic situation where Bangladesh is 50% below the age of 35, 100 million plus people on the mobile internet, 50 million people on the smartphones, and again a growing middle income, which will become 34 million by 2025. It seems right that there will be innovative businesses that will be out there. A lot of the times, these innovative businesses would be from young entrepreneurs who would be there in the market. But there seems to be a large industry academia gap, skill sets that are needed for entrepreneurship. So for more often than not, I think infrastructures like these rural hubs are really, really useful because they equip young entrepreneurs with real life skills or build the infrastructure where other entrepreneurs can come in. In our experiences in working over, I think, 5,000 entrepreneurs for the last 7 or 8 years, whenever I've asked people that what is the biggest impediment for you to setting up a business, the kind of basic answer is, yeah, it's access to finance, right? But if you dig a bit deeper, it's not just finance. Their understanding of business management, trying to develop a different kind of business. Everyone is after a kind of like a Me Too business, right? Trying to figure out if they can do something innovative, something different, give a value proposition that are not existing in the market, have a competitive edge or an unfair advantage of other businesses or enterprises in the market. So I think they need something more than capital, and there's I think this money plus plus model, patient capital, blend capital, smart capital, this kind of concept should come in. And I think that is where I think the rural hubs have started their kind of a journey, that they've started giving smartness to the entrepreneurs. They have given business management services, infrastructure that supports entrepreneurship. And now if they can act bridge to more different kind forms of capital, whether it's financial institutions, whether it's alternative investment capitals, whether in other forms of business development services, whether it's access to different high value markets, whether it's figuring out to different development of different business networks. I think if those can be also added on, I think this would definitely help these young entrepreneurs to go to the next stage. I think Bangladesh has come a great way over the last 50 years. But what has gotten us here won't take us over the next 10 years. If we continue to rely on RMG to be just 80% of our exports and remittance as kind of like a prime driver, we will fall back. If we are to become an advanced economy by 2041, we definitely need to have a lot of innovative businesses all around Bangladesh. And I think this is where innovative hubs like model like this can really add value. And I do hope we continue to develop the youth entrepreneurship ecosystem together as a community, so that this entrepreneurs can flourish and lead the next generation of entrepreneurs. If you look at any economies that have really flourished, even in Asia like China or India, I think it cannot be denied that a lot of the growth that has happened for double digits in India and China has been because of the young entrepreneurs that has been working there. India has what, 50,000 plus startups or youth enterprises. China has more than 100,000 plus. So I think we really need to get there out and supporting young entrepreneurs go to the next level. So that's what my concept in short. Over back to you, if that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bijon Bhai. So the way you are mentioning money plus plus model, this is what rural hub model is trying to follow. They are not doing the business; they are also committing for the social activities. In fact, during the COVID situation, they performed a lot and served more than 100,000 people in the community where they are working. They have a very good linkage with the government, public authorities. Uh, at the point of their community, and they are serving the purpose, and they are mutually ensuring the benefits for each other. So this is how they're working. And at the same time, the way Mr. Mahbubanam said, the private sector is not only going for the business, but also they're thinking how the better service can be provided to the customers. And similarly, the rural hub points is trying, could be a very good link for it. For an angel investor like Bijon Bhai, these hubs also could be an entrepreneur's bank, from where you can get information, and this information can be used for further investment potentials and to grow up. For NRBC Bank, there is a specific questions from Elizabeth Mandy, and she was mentioning that what specific products NRBC Bank really are offering for the small scale entrepreneurs. I think we don't have much time to go on to it, but if Mr. Parvez Tamal is available here and can shortly say or briefly share some thoughts in the about the for this question, that we can. Is Mr. Tamal is here? I think there is again network connectivity problem, but For Elizabeth D, I think this question is very practical, and the way Mr. Kamal was referring that there is some policy restrictions, there is a restrictions from the authorities, and more blended approach together with banks, microfinance, mobile banking service, agent banking points need to be blended, and the service offerings will be for the rural community will be in place. So that's what he said for us. And thank you very much to all of you for the patience learning. I can see Mr. Parvez Tamal is here. So Tamal bhai, would you like to respond for the specific questions that they are asking to you? They want to know like what you specific products you are offering for the small entrepreneurs.
You know that there is few offers. We have a research team in Bangabandhu Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Bangabandhu Agricultural University, and we make few products from 2 lakhs. So it's like $2,500 to $6,000. So who has that small land, like for them, we are offering 7 cow fattening offers, and who has 6 twice of it, how much for the other people, it's like 2 decimal or 3 decimal, so we are offering multiple like fishing and cow fattening, like this type of project. And for who are like we have offered in logistic of both financing, different type of fruits, sports, who want to go more experienced there, we are offering $10,000 to $20,000. So we are doing, what is the difference with the NGO? We are doing bridge financing, short-term financing and long-term financing. So we are giving them offer. What is the main thing of that how much he need to survive and why he will not go to the city. So if he think that he need the income in a month like 25,000, then he will not move from here. So we give him those type of products like 25,000. But actually from who can think more wide and who has a own thinking, then we analyze those things and we can offer him $20,000 to $30,000 to make him 3 years investment, like monthly payment for 3 years, 36 months payback. But we really calculate that his business can can able to give the banks payments. So that's the main thing. Is it bankable or not? So that is the main thing. Otherwise, we are going with our products. We make the group like 5 people to 40 people group, and discuss themselves and one type of business like cow fattening. And you know the islands of Jamuna River. That is like we are doing now 30,000 cow fattening and those type of things. So actually we are just asking to come to the bank, or we are going to the, we have field officer, every area we have 2 field officer, they go to them and make a group of 5 people or 10 people, 15 people. It can be a female, so women entrepreneur, we are very giving them some special offer for women entrepreneur. So actually, we are asking them to come to the bank, not to affect those things, and everything is without mortgage and everything. Just to understand, we are just analyzing his capacity, that he is able to go for a business. He has ability to think different. He has the ability to make himself independent. That is the main analyzing these things. And we have a good team in Garibanda, is our main office of this program. And with the SKS Foundation, we have from the bank analyzing team, and we have in the other special team in microcredit team here. So we are thinking two things, cottage and micro, and this is our project today. So come to the bank, don't be afraid with your thinking, or we'll help them to find a way to be independent.
Thank you, Tamal Bhai. I think there are lots of scopes you are sharing, but these informations are not always available to the people who really need that. So there is a bridging point need to be there, and where we really can work and we can think how that could be work effectively. So the last question, and for the last discussion for today, and there is a question to Mr. Mahbub Anam. The request is very simple. Like you have already showed a practice, like how a private sector as a seed company can work with a rural hub model. So the next question to you is how that could be replicated. What will be your taking point from that? If it is a successful case, then how you want to move it forward?
Well, it's simple. Is I think is if we can do it in a district level, then we go in the upazila level, then we go in the union level. We keep on multiplying this thing one after another, and the this is one of the components seed. Then we can talk about the other agriculture products, and we can replicate in the livestock like semen. We can do it in the fertilizer and the other components. Thank you.
Very specific and very relevant answer. So there, this is not only for seed. The scopes are more flexible, and other portfolio can be added for the rural hubs. So I will request the rural hub managers at the point, the rural youths, to be connected with the Laltir companies, and we also can facilitate these discussions for the peer networking through the peer networking platform. Let's think it will go in a good way. But it is very important that the more the connectivity will be in place for the rural hub, the
We can't
better it
hear your
will perform.
voice. We can't hear you.
Uh, Yeah, so I was saying that the more the connectivity will be improved, the performance of the rural hub will be more better, and the whole ecosystem will be benefited from the service portfolio that the rural hub is going to offer to their community and to the people. So it is not a business; it is more than a business. It is a money plus model, and we are expecting more innovation from the business rural hub. And it is very, in fact, by term it is very important, like where we are working for the youths, we are working for the youths women, we are working for in an area where there is a climatic challenge, because the rural hubs are in place in a place where there is a different climatic challenges are there. So this is a very unique idea, I should say, though the hub itself, the word, is not explaining the whole business portfolio, and the innovation is already there, and there are lots of scopes we can see that could be helpful for our future business. Thank you everyone for your patience listening, and the speakers who have contributed today with your comments and suggestions. We are very grateful from our side, and I would like to end this session from now. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
everyone.
you.